In the eerie glow of the moonlight, I stood alone on the desolate bridge that stretched over the murky waters below. My breath quickened as the wind whispered tales of long-forgotten secrets, and the distant howls of wolves added a haunting soundtrack to the night. My mission was clear: to infiltrate Castle Nocturne and rid it of the undead scourge that had plagued our quaint village for centuries. Clutched tightly in my hand were not the traditional wooden stakes of vampire lore, but an arsenal of plastic stakes, a desperate innovation born from a tight budget, and a penchant for unorthodox solutions. Armed with determination and a satchel full of makeshift weapons, I cautiously approached the foreboding castle that loomed like a shadowy sentinel against the moonlit sky. The creaking drawbridge welcomed me with an ominous groan, and as I crossed over into the castle courtyard, a chill ran down my spine. The air was thick with anticipation, and the looming turret seemed to watch my every move. I ventured deeper, guided by a sense of duty and perhaps a touch of foolhardy bravery. In the heart of Castle Nocturne, I discovered the crypt where the vampire lord supposedly rested during daylight hours. Armed with my plastic stakes, I steeled myself for the confrontation that lay ahead. The air grew colder as I descended into the dark abyss, the only illumination emanating from the faint glow of phosphorescent moss on the stone walls. The crypt was silent, except for the occasional drip of water echoing in the damp chambers. In the center, an ancient coffin lay, adorned with intricate carvings that spoke of a time long past. It was time to face the undead and put an end to their nocturnal reign. Without hesitation, I thrust my plastic stake into the heart of the vampire lord, anticipating a triumphant victory. However, my plastic weapon snapped upon contact, leaving me defenseless and utterly exposed. Panic set in as the lid of the coffin slowly creaked open, revealing the crimson-eyed creature within. The vampire lord, a charismatic figure with a dapper demeanor, emerged with an air of mock surprise. "Plastic stakes? Really?" he chuckled, unfazed by my feeble attempt. "You can't defeat the undead with cheap imitations, my dear slayer." In a swift motion, he lunged toward me, his fangs bared, and I stumbled backward, desperately fumbling for another plastic stake. As I fumbled through my satchel, the vampire lord's mocking laughter echoed in the crypt. In a moment of sheer panic, I grabbed the only item left, a plastic spoon. With a mix of desperation and absurdity, I jabbed the spoon into the vampire's chest. To my surprise, the vampire recoiled, a look of genuine shock on his face. "A spoon? You've got to be kidding me," he sneered. However, to my greater astonishment, the spoon seemed to be doing the trick. The vampire writhed in discomfort, and I seized the opportunity to retrieve another plastic stake from my satchel. The second stake found its mark, and with a final howl, the vampire lord crumbled to dust. I stood amidst the remnants of my unusual victory, feeling a mix of disbelief and relief. The plastic spoon, my unintentional secret weapon, had proven oddly effective. As I exited the crypt, the castle seemed to sigh in surrender, its dark secrets dissipating with the defeated vampire lord. But my quest was far from over. As I stepped back onto the moonlit bridge, I pondered the bizarre twists of fate that had led me to vanquish the undead with plastic stakes and a humble spoon. Little did I know that the shadows cast by Castle Nocturne held more mysteries, and my peculiar arsenal would face even stranger challenges in the quest to protect my village from the supernatural. In the year, determined to eradicate every trace of vampiric presence from Castle Nocturne, I ventured deeper into its labyrinthine corridors. The haunting echoes of my footsteps reverberated through the stone halls as I explored uncharted territories within the castle's enigmatic depths. Suddenly, a soft whisper reached my ears, barely audible above the ambient moans of the castle's ancient architecture. Following the eerie sound, I stumbled upon a hidden chamber adorned with cryptic symbols. As I entered, the air thickened with an otherworldly energy, and the ghostly whispering intensified. In the dim light, I saw a peculiar figure draped in tattered robes, surrounded by a mystical aura. A vampire priestess, her eyes aflame with an ethereal glow, emerged from the shadows. The plastic stakes clutched in my hand suddenly felt inadequate against this supernatural foe. Undeterred, I brandished the spoon with newfound determination. To my surprise, the vampire priestess recoiled as the spoon's radiance seemed to repel her spectral essence. Emboldened by this unexpected advantage, I seized the moment to launch a barrage of plastic stakes, each one piercing the air with a newfound force. The battle between mundane plastic and supernatural forces raged on, the spoon dancing through the air like a peculiar wand. As the final plastic stake found its mark, the vampire priestess dissipated into a cascade of ethereal mist, leaving the chamber in an eerie silence. My unorthodox arsenal had triumphed once again, proving that sometimes the most unconventional tools could wield extraordinary power. As I exited the chamber, a mysterious passage revealed itself, leading to a cryptic library, where ancient tomes whispered secrets of the castle's cursed history. Within the dusty pages, I unearthed a revelation. The castle's curse was tethered to a mystical artifact hidden deep within its heart. The artifact, an amulet of otherworldly power, fueled the vampiric forces that had plagued my village for centuries. Armed with this newfound knowledge, I set forth to locate and destroy the accursed amulet. Navigating the castle's twisting corridors, I encountered traps, illusions, and the occasional spectral apparition. The plastic stakes and trusty spoon proved invaluable in dispelling the supernatural obstacles that guarded the amulet's hidden chamber. As I finally reached the chamber's entrance, an unsettling stillness enveloped the air. The amulet, suspended in an ethereal glow, pulsated with an ominous energy. The plastic stakes stood ready, and the spoon trembled in my grasp as I prepared for the final confrontation. The amulet's guardian, a vampiric sentinel with eyes of flame, emerged to thwart my quest. Undeterred, I brandished my humble spoon, its glow intensifying as if channeling the essence of the amulet itself. In a climactic showdown, the plastic stakes found their marks, and the spoon, now a symbol of unexpected might, delivered the final blow. With a resounding crash, the amulet shattered into 1,000 shards, its dark magic dissipating like morning mist. The castle quivered as if exhaling a sigh of relief, its oppressive aura lifting like a curse unraveling. As the moon cast its glow upon the bridge once more, I emerged from Castle Nocturne, victorious against the supernatural forces that had plagued my village. The plastic stakes, the trusty spoon, and a dash of unwitting ingenuity had proven that even the most absurd tools could triumph over the supernatural. The villagers welcomed me with a mix of awe and gratitude, their once fearful gazes transformed into expressions of admiration. I, the unassuming vampire slayer armed with plastic stakes and a humble spoon, had become a legend in the annals of our village's history. As I watched Castle Nocturne recede into the shadows, its dark secrets laid bare, I couldn't help but marvel at the unpredictable journey that had unfolded. Little did I know that my adventures with plastic stakes and a spoon were far from over, for the supernatural world held many more peculiar challenges, and my quest to protect the village would continue with an arsenal that defied logic and embraced the whimsical dance between the mundane and the supernatural. In the wake of my triumph over Castle Nocturne, word of my peculiar victory spread throughout neighboring villages. My fame, or perhaps infamy, as the vampire slayer with a penchant for plastic stakes and a spoon, reached the ears of those plagued by the supernatural. Requests for my assistance poured in from far and wide, each village harboring its own dark secrets and haunted castles. Embracing my newfound role, I embarked on a journey, wielding my trusty plastic stakes and the ever-reliable spoon. As I confronted vampire lords and spectral entities, my reputation grew, and the legend of the unorthodox vampire slayer echoed through the realms of the supernatural. One such village, nestled in the shadow of the Black Forest, sought my aid against an ancient vampiric curse. The haunted castle, ominously named Shadowhaven, loomed in the distance, its spires reaching into the night sky like skeletal fingers. With determination coursing through my veins, I ventured toward yet another enigmatic confrontation. As I approached the bridge leading to Shadowhaven, the air thickened with an eerie stillness. The moon cast an ethereal glow over the fog-shrouded waters below, setting the stage for the impending battle. Plastic stakes at the ready and spoon gleaming with spectral light, I crossed the bridge with the weight of anticipation pressing against my chest. The gates of Shadowhaven groaned open, revealing a courtyard veiled in shadows. Cautiously advancing, I discovered that this castle held challenges beyond my previous encounters. Ghostly apparitions and spectral illusions tested my resolve, each encounter pushing the limits of my makeshift arsenal. Yet, the plastic stakes and the spoon proved their mettle time and again. They dispelled illusions, thwarted ghostly adversaries, and banished supernatural energies with a resilience that defied conventional wisdom. The legend of the unorthodox vampire slayer continued to unfold within the walls of Shadowhaven. As I delved deeper into the castle's heart, a foreboding chamber revealed itself. A vampiric council, each member more malevolent than the last, convened to protect an ancient artifact of dark power. Their crimson eyes fixated on me, their collective intent clear: to extinguish the threat posed by the intruder wielding plastic stakes and a humble spoon. The battle that ensued was a dance between shadows and light, plastic stakes striking true against formidable foes. The spoon, now a symbol of unexpected strength, held its own against the supernatural might of the vampiric council. As the last vampire crumbled into dust, I stood victorious once more, the castle shivering as if releasing a sigh of surrender. In the aftermath, the village that had sought my aid celebrated their newfound liberation from the vampiric curse. My legend, now intertwined with the mystical dance between plastic stakes and spectral adversaries, continued to grow. Villages far and wide extended invitations, and my journey as the unorthodox vampire slayer pressed on. The moonlit bridges and haunted castles became the backdrop for my peculiar crusade against the supernatural. Plastic stakes and a spoon, once regarded as absurd weapons, had become symbols of triumph, a testament to the extraordinary feats achievable through unexpected means. As I ventured into the night, ready to face whatever mystical challenges awaited, the echoes of my victories reverberated through the realms of the supernatural. The legend of the unorthodox vampire slayer, armed with plastic stakes and a humble spoon, became a beacon of hope for those besieged by darkness. And so, the peculiar saga continued. As my journey unfolded against a backdrop of moonlit bridges, haunted castles, and the unpredictable dance between the mundane and the supernatural, the legend of the plastic stakes and the spoon-wielding vampire slayer lived on, an enduring testament to the resilience found in the most unexpected of weapons, against the forces that lurked in the shadows. Thanks for watching. If you would like to see more of our original stories, then please like and subscribe, and share and leave comments.